What happens if you wait too long? If you've been thinking about setting up a trust, then you should act sooner rather than later. I've seen way too many cases where they've put this off to the last minute. And I mean, I get it. Estate planning is not what you call a sexy conversation. It's not a bunch of fun to talk about. But if you put it off until it's too late, your children will inherit a lot less from you. So today we're going to talk about something that happened to me recently. Somebody who wanted to engage our services but sadly left it until it was too late, little did they know, and they ended up losing almost half of their entire estate. Hi, I'm Mike Pugh with MP Estate Planning. I'm going to tell you a little story about somebody who recently spoke with who lost basically almost half of their estate and was entirely needless. In November, I took a call from a gentleman who'd been watching my videos, and he said to me, Mike, I've watched more than 100 of your videos and I think you're my guy. You seem like you know what you're talking about, and I like the way that you explain complexity. Naturally, I was flattered. It's always nice to talk to folks who appreciate the work that I do. And so we started a conversation. It turns out this gentleman is 84 years old and has an estate worth more than 12 million pounds. Now, according to the Office of National Statistics, life expectancy for men in the UK is about 80 years of age, and 83 if you're women. So I said to this gentleman, sir, I hope you don't mind my native Canadian sense of humor. For the record, I am a British citizen, but I only have two questions for you. And my first question is, what are you eating? You see, clearly I probably need to change my diet and do what he's doing because he's over the national average and everything seems to be going in the right direction for him. And my second question is, were you ever a bush pilot? Because it seems like you're trying to ask me to take the world's biggest plane off of the world's smallest runway. And what I'm trying to say here is that in estate planning, one of the key ingredients is time. Some tax strategies can take as little as 3 years, but many can take 7 years to get 100% tax efficiency. Now, for a gentleman who's worth 12 million pounds and is 84 years old, I'm happy to put together a plan, and we did, but you'll need to eat a lot more broccoli, sir, is what I said, because statistically, you're over the national averages for time. So we dove into his holdings, and it turns out he's been married for almost 50 years. He's got 3 children, 1 in their 50s, 2 in their late 40s. His main residence is worth about 5 million pounds, and he's got another 8 million pounds of additional properties, which he bought for about 2 million pounds many years ago. He's got almost £500,000 in cash or investments. What this means is he's got an inheritance tax bill of more than 5 million pounds and a capital gains tax bill of maybe 1.6 million. And he could literally lose more than half of his estate if all those taxes get triggered. So for the avoidance of confusion, there is no one silver bullet that's going to do everything. There's going to be a minimum of 2 tax strategies here, one around the main family residence and one around the buy-to-let and the second properties portfolio. On the main residence, we're able to do a gift of undivided land as the kids frequently come to visit, and they can come and go as they please, and they keep some of their personal effects in the house, and his grandchildren do as well. Now we can reduce the main residence tax footprint from 5 million down to as little as 500,000. However, for tax efficiencies, this is going to take 7 years. We also formalized a partnership between he and his wife because after a year we could then move from the partnership into a limited liability corporation without triggering any of the SDLT or stamp duty. The trouble is, after we started working together, about a year into the process, my client died. There wasn't enough time for the tax savings to take effect. So just like baking a cake, effective tax planning takes time. And like baking a cake, you should follow the instructions and bake it for, 30 minutes at 180 Celsius, because you can't bake a cake for 5 minutes at 1000 Celsius. That's not the way it works. Time is one of the key ingredients. That's it for this week. I hope that this has been helpful. Let me know in the comments section if you have any questions. I love to answer questions from people. And if you found this video helpful, it won't cost you anything if you smash that like button, and you can very possibly be helping another family here in the UK. I release a video every week, so if you want to keep up to date, hit the subscribe button too. See you in the next one.